Mathias Mpuuga underlined that although Parliament enacted the budget of 48.1 trillion shillings post-COVID-19 to help the economy recover, nothing has yet been realised aside from the ongoing borrowing when discussing the performance of Parliament for the year 2022-2023.
Warned that a post-COVID economy would require delicate handling and that the priorities of the country should have some level of serious imagination. Our advice was never heeded, and where we are, we all know that the Ministry of Finance supplies air to MDAs. They supply them with documents that they have been given money, and then the money is not in the accounts. You understand now the kind of insensate, despite borrowing to a country already saddled in a huge debt. We even advised that it was not late to revise the budget, an ambitious blind budget that was passed by Parliament. And our advisory is on record.
According to him, lack of funds in the Treasury prevents the government from telling people who are eagerly waiting for programs like parish development model the whole truth, which is why they have been unable to get it off the ground.
So Ugandans should brace themselves for even harder times, because there's nothing going on to give people hope that next year will be any better. We all know that the PDM was a stillbirth. Every newspaper every week has money from the PDM being released, but that money has never reached. Probably somebody is taking it on foot. I hope it was not given the Prime Minister on her mobile phone to again send to another, border man who is non-existent. So the PDM was a stillbirth, and all you there expecting money from the PDM, please go and think anew. There's no money. The PDM is there on paper. If you want paper, please come for it at finance. There's no money.
The parish development model, in the opinion of several lawmakers from both the ruling party and the opposition, was a fine idea, but insufficient research was done to determine its sustainability, which is why it has not taken off in many districts.
Instead of PDM raising hope for people for nothing, like in our area in the Acholi sub-region, why not to give tractors to our people? Even if in a parish you give one tractor, let us support people so that they open up their own garden, they work their own money. And sincerely, this idea of giving money to people, and even if the money was there, truly, you are giving money to someone who has never done any business, someone who is in the village, someone who does not have a bar of soap, even salt in their house. Automatically will get the money and use the money, and that is going to be the end of everything. So I really feel the organizers, the planners for the PDM, I think they have misled the government. This is a very fake program. It won't work in the villages where I come from.
The parish development model was a good idea initiated by the president, but that needed research and policy written. As I talk now, in my constituency of Buchimbiri County and Ishoro District, they have not received more than 7.2 million shillings, meaning that out of the 50 million, because we are now in the second quarter of 100 million, we should have received 50 million. But now there is less than 10 million received, and they are under instructions not touch that money. So nobody in my constituency has benefited or implemented the program. What I would appeal to government is that they should now publish where the money was given, because many people are talking about money being given, but there is no document to show that the money was given. So, although it's a good idea to address poverty and the home income, the government first mobilize sufficient resources.
However, according to Honorable Angura Frederick, despite initial difficulties with the parish development model, including theft of the initial tranche of funds provided in some districts, those problems have been resolved and organized groups have already collected the funds.
However, we must also admit and appreciate that in the rolling out of this program, there have been a few challenges that needed further perfection in order for us to avoid the problems we have encountered with the past social intervention programs. However, we have also had a problem of the resource envelope, aware that we run a cash budget as a country. Definitely, we needed government through Ministry of Finance to prepare themselves well, seal off all the gaps that would create leakages. The first monies that were released, you are aware that some accounting officers are even in prison up to now. I am happy that government has done what it has in form of bridging the gaps, and the money is now starting to move out. What we want finally to see is action on the ground.
The first batch of funds for the parish development model were released and deposited into accounts, but many people are unable to take the funds because of new government regulations. Samlanifa, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.